Missouri. The Food and Drug Administration has also revealed a criminal investigation of vaping-related illnesses, while the CDC reports at least 530 confirmed and probable cases. Important detail here, most of them involve vaping with THC. That's the psychoactive ingredient in marijuana, or both THC and nicotine. A bipartisan group in Congress is working with parents, meanwhile, to keep teenagers away from all e-cigarettes, while accusing the vaping industry of marketing to kids.
It's frankly unfortunate that it takes so many people to get sick and even die across this country before we really pay the kind of attention that we should.
Lawmakers are joining parents who say they can no longer sit back and watch as children fall to the dangers of e-cigarettes.
We will not allow our children to be used as human guinea pigs.
They're calling for a legislative fix, and like the Trump administration, they say flavors marketed to teenagers is part of the problem.
Flavors like bubblegum, tutti frutti, gummy bear have no place in the marketplace when they're marketed to kids.
2018 data shows that more than 20% of high school students used e-cigarettes, up 78% from 2017. And nearly 70% of those students used flavored e-cigarettes.
A Juul representative came into my school and told me and my friends that the Juul was, quote unquote, totally safe.
Earlier this month, the FDA issued a warning to Juul for its marketing practices, including claims allegedly made in presentations to youth at schools. Pediatricians say the fine particles and carcinogens in fruit flavorings could have devastating impacts on teenagers whose lungs are still developing. Ruby Johnson's daughter was hospitalized for a week for an acute respiratory distress syndrome linked to vaping.
They told us had we brought in another day or two later that she probably would have been unresponsive on a ventilator. And we don't know if there's going to be any lasting, permanent lung damage.
Philip Furman is a teen advocate for the organization Parents Against Vaping E-Cigarettes.
Some of my friends are now trying to quit because of the new data that has come out, but it is honestly just too hard to do without help.
Now, Juul has said in the past that it never marketed the product to young people. The vaping industry, meanwhile, is reportedly already lobbying to create an exemption for mint and menthol flavors, two of the most popular flavors used by teenagers in the Trump administration's flavor ban. The Congressional Caucus, at the same time, will have its first hearing on the issue next week. One other important detail that emerged yesterday, the CDC is now saying if you're an adult who used e-cigarettes to quit smoking, do not go back to traditional cigarettes.
So they see a benefit for it there.
A potential benefit in that case.
And we'll hear more about that.
There will be more on that because this outbreak of lung illnesses is new, but scientists have in fact spent years investigating the potential risks and benefits of vaping. And in our next half hour, we'll show you some of the testing that's being done to determine whether e-cigarettes are a safer alternative to smoking. That's ahead on CBS This Morning.
Can't wait to see that. Right now, millions